Well, hello, class. What we are going to do starting this week and throughout the course is we are going to develop a business plan. We're going to have fun doing it. I want to add a lot of autonomy to this in writing the business plan. So, based on the areas we cover with the DQs in our chapters, I'd like you to do a couple of things. Number one would be an either or thing. And that would mean you can take the present company you work for and envision you being an entrepreneur for that company. And if you were writing a business plan for that company that you work in, what would it be like? The second option would be invent your own company and go through all of the steps to write a business plan and go through all the steps that we need to do strategically to make it happen. Now, we have, after, including this week, not counting week one, 7 more weeks to develop a business plan and putting it all together step by step. So, step number one is going to be to come up with a strategic management process. And basically, a strategic management process is the process we use to write our business plan. And that entails going through 9 steps that lead to a balanced scorecard that you just saw a video on. So, considering we have 7 weeks left, we're going to go through 2 steps in each one of the weeks. Okay? So, steps number 1 and 2 strategically in writing the business plan will be reviewed this week. Next week, week 3, we'll do steps 3 and 4. Next week, week 4, we'll do steps 5 and 6. And the following week, week 5, we'll do step 6. And I'm just going to do 1 step strategically in week 5 because that's going to be creating the company goals and objectives once we get through the previous steps. In week 6, we're going to formulate strategies and 3 strategic options, which essentially are going to back up the company goals and objectives that we did in week 4. In week 6, we are going to go through the strategic, putting strategies into action plans, which is step 8. In week 7, we are going to establish accurate controls to make sure that all the previous weeks are being adhered to. And then finally, in week 8, we'll come up with the balanced scorecard. And that is essentially what you guys had looked at, you'll say way back right now when I'm talking about it, in week 2. So that's what we're going to do this week. Steps 1 and 2, develop a vision, create a mission statement to back up that vision, and assess company strengths and weaknesses, which is essentially internally, if we were to do a SWOT analysis, all right, strengths, weaknesses within the company, this is what we would assess. So, like here again, like I said, you can use your present company, or the other option would be to invent a company, and we would start with the vision. So that's where we're going to go from here in our learning activities going forward while we're doing the DQs and doing all the other things. So, in putting the business plan together, each part of the business plan is going to be worth 2 points. Again, telling you that. And the DQs are going to be worth 2.5 points. But overall, throughout the week, throughout the weeks rather, the business plan is going to be worth 10 points. Okay? I mean 20 points, forgive me. 2 times 10 is 20. And the DQ is working as 2.5, and you got 32 of them, that's 80 points. There's your 100 points in your grade. Okay? So as you're developing a business plan, you're always going to look at learning activities, and it's either going to say DQ for the learning activities, and it's going to say strategic plan writing. Okay? So you'll be doing both concurrently as we go week to week. So that's the plan.